talking about this process of what does it mean to be awakening? What is that process? What are we awakening to? Where are we coming from? What is this thing? People are talking about this paradigm shift. And we flow with that. We invite people to come in every week. We always have a guest. And it's just someone who feels they're serving that raising of the vibration, the consciousness, the greater good of the planet, but knows that it starts inwardly first. It is a process, it's a journey that starts from the inside out. And we all have something to work on. We all know that there's something that we're processing through. So we want to keep the energies, the filters, the lenses, the mirrors, everything directed on ourselves, feeling like we're living in that inner state of peace, harmony, grace, goodness, compassion, kindness, and know that the energy flows outward from there and that we're serving the greater good of all. And we trust that this is happening, that possibly by social media or ability to do a radio show like this in real time or podcast that's going out all over the world and connecting with people that just a few years ago that would have been impossible in the way that it's happening today. So tonight we have Michelle Anderson, who is a frequent co-host, and we have Yosemite Bear Vasquez, who is most widely known for his 40 million hit viral video, Double Rainbow All the Way Across the Sky video. So welcome to the studio.
No, thanks for having me.
It's really fun. You were here once when I was at Burning Man. Go right into the mic too.
Okay, how's that?
So, and I heard the podcast of the show. It sounded like the gypsies in the palace taking over the whole place. Greg Friedman was running the board, and you guys were just laughing up a storm and having a great time. And I'm like, how come they never laugh that much when I'm on it?
Well, you should see when we drive in the car together, we do that, because he's my brother from another mother.
He's a laughy guy. We had lots and lots of fun. I don't know where we should start. I guess Michelle and Yosemite Bear talked for a minute. I'm actually going to play the video because I think it's only like 3 or 4 minutes long, isn't it?
3.5. 3.5.
So you guys talk for a minute. I'm going to cue it up on YouTube so anybody that hasn't heard it, and I'll be back.
I kind of want to talk about how he was gone last time and how he was at Burning Man and my kids were there too.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing to start with. Well, how about we give some shout outs? There's some people that are listening that are special that have been with our radio program. One of the first people to write in to say she was going to be listening to us tonight was Gianna. Bear got to meet Gianna on the dolphin boat.
Yes.
She came over to our house yesterday and we had a great hike and laughed a lot.
She was,
and then she stayed over for dinner.
She was so awesome and so beautiful and so fun to be around, and I was really impressed with her.
So shout out to you, Gianna, and our friend James Walker, who came on. He did the doubleheader with us. He did the Dolphins to the Desert. James, he's listening from San Diego, from Vista, and he came on the boat and to the Integratron.
Cool guy.
And it looks like Denise is listening. She came to the Integratron last time on the 22nd of February. She's from Oklahoma. And our friend Valerie says she's listening tonight from LA. She was on the boat. Mandy Jane. Do you know Mandy Jane? Because she just wrote "That's my spirit, mommy" on my Facebook. So Mandy Jane is my little adopted daughter. I call her. She's been in my life for a long time. She's listening. Julio, Jessica Love, Scott, our Awakening Code family. Scott, Ron, Ken, and Alicia from Ohio. Terenzo, Sarah Solshine, and Yolanda. And if I missed anyone, I'm sorry, because I'm just trying to make my eyes work on the board right now.
No one loves Sarah.
Yeah, and I'm back, yes. Hi, Sarah, and hi, all of you. It's just wonderful to really feel that connection. I mean, you would think that we're not, that we're just staring into space as we talk on the radio here, and it's in these beautiful studios at KX 93.5. But we really do, when we see your name pop up on the screen, and we picture you, we know what you look like, we feel connected to you, so thank you.
And now we really know Gloria. Gloria Rose.
Right.
She came to the desert, and Monica's going to call in tonight. She came on the dolphin boat.
Very fun. So we're here with Yosemite Bear Vasquez, who is well known for his Double Rainbow video, and I have that queued up on YouTube in case there's somebody out there that doesn't know what that sounds like. We better lay that down here as a reference point to talk about. So here we go from 2010. It's if you want to find it, it's Yosemite Bear Mountain Double Rainbow.
Double rainbow. Double rainbow. Double rainbow. Oh my God. It's a double rainbow all the way. Too much. I don't know what it means.
God, you can tell who wants to.
Oh my God. It's so intense. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, it is many things at once. It is,
Yes.
of course, very funny.
Yes.
Just someone tripping out and over this. But it's also very touching because I have had, I don't know how many people have been so inspired by something occurring in nature or something where they just, there's no words, they're just letting themselves cry in the moment.
Right. A lot of people resonate with that thought, but very few catch it on video and even less upload it. Just me.
Upload it and get 40 million hits later and a really kind of a career almost after it.
Well, I mean, I was already set before this started. So, I mean, it's brought some things, but none of it's been life-changing.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you've spoken in front of big crowds.
lots and lots of big crowds,
Lots
yeah.
of it, like some of the big
MIT
companies,
and
MIT.
Brazil. I went to UPix in Brazil as a web conference down there, and then I've spoken at the YouTube conference, VidCon, and I've been down there. They've actually sung my words at every YouTube conference they've ever had. They've had 4, and my song or my words are sung at the end of the night, and thousands of people sing them to me, and not from a song that I sing or wrote.
Right.
So it's pretty bizarre stuff.
That is. I mean, but
Yeah.
I think it's, and people do, I think why it has 40 million hits, it's not because it's so funny, it's because people vibrate with it on some level.
Yeah, everyone has a reaction to it. Everyone has an opinion. Nobody is like, nobody forgets watching that video.
No.
Yeah, and a lot of times I'll meet people and they can tell me where they were at, who were they with, and what they were thinking and what they were feeling. It's just that, it's that powerful.
It's very genuine. It's hard to catch something a genuine emotion in the moment. Let's see, I must have been at Burning Man 2011. It had just rained on, I'm going to say, Monday night. We had set up our camp. We have a thing called the Leopard Lounge. It's a very elaborate day spa and tequila bar. And it was raining, and so we didn't want the mud there is like cement. It
Right.
just tracks in your shoes. We didn't want people tracking, so we closed it. And right when we stepped away and kind of looked at our lounge set up, there was this giant double rainbow.
Right.
And everybody at Burning Man was, I mean,
Yeah.
reciting you.
Yeah, well, my daughter was there and she caught a video of them playing the Double Rainbow song
Oh, okay.
while that was going on. That's on her channel. Yeah.
What's that?
Twinkle Star 45 is her YouTube channel. She makes
Okay.
videos just like I do.
Oh, that's fun. How old is she?
27. I just got back from visiting her in Maui. Yeah, Irene, love you.
How fun.
I think that's a great lead-in to tell what happened with the whales there.
Oh, it was really mind blowing. Yeah, so my daughter set up a whale watching trip, and it was on a pontoon boat, so you could actually touch the water. And we went out there, and we got pretty close to some. And then I remembered how I had learned how to tone and call the whales or the dolphins on Michelle's boat. And me and my daughter both did it, and we're very magical people. And they came and they circled the boat for half an hour, and the captain was like, "We can't leave. We're stuck here. We have to wait till they're just done with this." And it made us late back and everything, but it was really phenomenal because you could see the little baby. It was a mama, a baby, and an escort. And the baby was so curious, and he's looking at us and everything, and just completely circling around the boat. It's just so magical.
That's so awesome. Well, we've gone out now many times. Michelle does these private charter boats that takes 50. Now we can go up to 60 people. And we get to do what we want. That's the beauty of a private charter. I mean, it's open to the public as long as you buy your ticket and all that. But once you're on the boat, rather than just you're going to go where he says and do what he says you can or can't do, we bring drums and rattles and we sing and play our own music.
Birthday
and
cakes.
Yeah.
So Wallace
Bir-
bought a birthday cake for 12 birthdays in
Yeah.
March.
It's just so
I
fun.
was the
And then
first one
one
to
of
have
the
a
things
piece.
we do is we play frequencies. I play some of, and I'll probably play, since we're going to talk about it in 2 different references, play one of the frequency tracks or a short bit of it that we played at the Integratron and for the Dolphins and Whales. And there's definitely, now I think we've done it enough, a curiosity factor. It almost like the dolphins and whales know that you're trying to do something a little different, rather than the boat just running and people hooping and hollering and clapping and all that stuff. That we make a steady tone. That's the way dolphins and whales communicate in frequency. Their world is an oral world where they're just listening first, where we're vision first, they're audio and ultrasonic frequency first. So it's kind of like us trying to make a baby step or a gesture, saying, look, we're making frequencies, and generally, without fail, we've seen a different behavior because of that.
Did you capture that on any of the
Yeah, I got all that. I'm shooting video the whole time, and everything I say is in video.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have your own YouTube channel. You have what, hundreds
1,500
1,500
public videos, and
Wow.
then they're stacked up, ready to go, and I'm constantly shooting all the time. And I actually published videos 10 years into the future from when I shot them. So
Oh
they're
my
set to release for 10 years, and there's a whole series of them. I'll make about 2 a week.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, we're here in the studio with double rainbow guy, Yosemite Bear Vasquez, Michelle Anderson, and me, Eric. I'm your host every week.
So yeah, we went on the water, and one of the things that I really thought was kind of fun was that we, when we went on the water, it was not sunny out when we got on the boat. Do you remember that? It was kind of overcast.
The story of my life.
And I've always told, I call him Rainbow Bear instead of Yosemite Bear, but I've always told Bear that his smile is like 1,000 suns, and it lights up any room, any dark place. His smile just lights you up. And for those of you that don't, haven't seen his face, Google images of him to look at his face, because he's got this dynamite smile. But actually, you can see that smile on the Awakening Code fan page, because Colleen posted that picture of her and Gloria.
That was a great picture.
So we go out on the boat, and it was kind of overcast. It was kind of chilly. People needed blankets, and it was cold. And we started in our happy place, and each person put their name into the sacred circle and said a word that they wished for all of humanity. And then we all started communing with each other and talking and laughing, and somebody played the happy song.
Well,
that was awesome.
We saw whales to begin
At
with.
the beginning, yeah.
Because we have gray whales that migrate up and down our coast. They're on their way back up from Mexico to Alaska. So a lot of times we're seeing mothers and calves.
And we saw them fluke, which is unusual. Sometimes we just see their tail flip. And
Right.
This was a breaching. We didn't just see a fluke, we saw a breaching.
A natural breach,
Yeah.
which was really cool. They were a little bit elusive, but we did get to see a couple, 3 whales, which was awesome. Then we had sort of a half an hour lull or so, and the captain, they hadn't been seeing lots of dolphins, and we were drumming, because we can, it's a private charter, and then after that, we played a little bit of the frequencies, although we weren't playing them to anybody. We didn't see any dolphins, and we switched to. I just wanted to hear the happy song. We played it on Isabella Stoloff's show. We played 6 different versions of it. You can hear on the podcast, but it's just such a fun, uplifting song. Somebody had it on their phone. We played it through. I had brought 2 really nice speakers with us. Played that, and before the first version of that was done,
The sun
They were
broke
there.
out.
sun broke out, and the dolphins showed up.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, they were the last batch of dolphins. The whole next day, the owner of the boat, the general manager, Donna, she called me and said, I just want you to know we didn't see any dolphins on any of the 4 trips they had the next day. So we got
Yeah.
the last little bit of them.
And they loved that song.
Yeah.
They were enjoying the song. They were enjoying us. Me on the boat was enjoying the song, and then enjoying them, and everyone on the boat enjoying each other. It was just, we were all happy.
A real energy of joy.
Yeah, I'm
you
real
can
happy to stay.
Definitely feel it. You feel that energy shift of a collective when there's 50 people just moving and dancing and clapping, and the dolphins are very joyful creatures, and I think they're sensing that we're in that same space. We're sharing that same joy in the moment, just for joy's sake. They're riding the bow wave of the boat. That's a big reason why they come, is it's fun for them to sort of surf this pressure wave in front of the boat. But then they just hang and they turn sideways, and you get to look eye to eye to them every once in a while, or they chirp or click. So it's a very interactive experience, and we're really grateful for the Dana Wharf people managing this thing. It's what's the name of the boat, the catamaran that we actually charter? Ocean Adventure? I think it's Ocean Adventure.
Yeah, it is the Ocean Adventure.
Really,
I'm so glad you saved me on that one, because all of a sudden I drew a blank. I couldn't remember.
really a great boat, great crew, and it's the same people every time taking us out, and it's awesome. I have those tones queued up if you want to hear a little bit of that what we played, or do you want to wait?
I think we could play a little bit of them, and then we'll take Monica's call when she's ready to call in. And Monica, we just met her, and she joined the boat for the first time with her 3 sons. And she wrote to me afterwards. She had such a profound experience that I felt it might be nice to have her share what happened.
Sure. And this is not the exact frequency track because it's shorter. I picked one, it has the same frequencies in it, but it's a shorter track. I'm only going to play a minute and a half or
Why
so
don't you
of
tell
it.
what happened when you asked the captain to start the boat?
Well, that was, okay, I'll set it up that way. Because I've been really interested in dolphins for the last 30 years of my life. I've traveled around the world and swam with wild dolphins, tamed dolphins, penned dolphins, caged dolphins. I mean, every possible combination I could. So I feel very familiar with their behavior of what they do around boats. I'm a Coast Guard licensed captain, been in the water in a boat around dolphins all the time, so I know kind of what they do in behavior-wise when a boat is running and all these things, getting in the water with them in a way that you can do that in a legal way, as opposed to just trying to impose on their space. And these frequencies, if I wanted to know if these frequencies are really something that are intriguing to them. They're steady tones, they are numerically aligned. We call them geometric sounds because they're expressed by the numbers of geometry. And that felt important to me, and you can find all about that on Sonic Geometry, either sonicgeometry.com or go to the YouTube video Sonic Geometry, and you'll see what we're talking about, this grand matrix that is revealed when you bring the frequencies back aligned with an A at 432 cycles rather than our standard tuning of 440. So we played all these locked in frequencies, dialed in numerically exact, and the first thing, we had more dolphins. We had dolphins riding with the boat, but when we started playing the frequencies, they increased a lot. They went from like, say, 6 to 12. Yeah, someone's calling in, but I don't know if that's what you want to do right now because anyway, I'll keep talking while Michelle's trying to answer that. So the big thing though is they're going to run with the boat. So it didn't look anything too differently. We had a bunch of dolphins with us, and we had the frequencies running, and I asked the skipper to stop the boat. And usually that is just when interest goes away by the dolphins, the bow wave is eliminated, and they just go back to their herd that they're swimming with. And lo and behold, they hung around with us for a couple of minutes, just virtually still with us, which is really, really something that just doesn't happen. And they eventually swam off, and then the coolest thing happened while our boat was dead in the water playing these frequencies is that another group of, say, 6 or 7 came up and just lolled motionless in front of us as we were playing these tones, and they were rolling over on their sides and kind of making eye contact with us. It was an incredible experience, and it truly, I recognized it as something that does not happen. So that was a cool affirmation for me. So I'm going to let you hear a little bit of these frequencies, and you can just breathe, relax. We'll let these play for a couple minutes and see what you think.
So, one thing you should probably promote is that there's going to be video of all of this.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
true.
Right. I shot all of it. I'm going to produce edited videos. So yeah, like all these things you're saying, they're going to be there.
That's awesome. Yeah.